Hola a todos mis amigos. Hello to all my friends. Welcome to the Texicano channel. It's good to see you once again. Welcome to another movie review right here with Tex. I'm Tex. For this movie review, we will cover the newest reincarnation of our Cape Crusader, the Batman. Yeah. I'm thankful that I have been fortunate enough to have seen most of it. Well, most of the Batman stories, going way back to Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, and Ben Affleck. And you know what? The story never gets old. Yes, sir. The star vampire from the Twilight series made a successful dive from this leading beautiful immortal to this very inspiring and dark vigilante and a very, very mortal hero that is known as the Batman. Gotta give it to the amazing rewrite of the Batman story in Gotham City of today that deals with issues like cellular phones and data gathering and its share of misinformation distribution, along with the interesting array of villains and pretty slick sidekick that makes an interesting story just swell into some good possibilities for future films. Yeah, there's more coming. Mr. Pat is doing a good job. Yeah, the future does look bright for our newly crowned fighter against criminal elements in Gotham City, for further appearances and stories to be developed from the new reboot. I had not seen a Batman story where more than one super criminal is introduced. Guess how many you'll see in this one? 1, 2, maybe 3? How about 4 or 5? But we're not going to spoil it for you. But perhaps there might be a lesson or two about how these career criminals might join in and sing in a couple of bars. You know, a couple of bars. The premise of this Batman rewrite is once again about how dark can one go when you try to find out what drives the evil within criminal minds, and how do you go about succeeding in creating mayhem and disorder, along the way also profiting from this type of chaos. Yeah, chaos. This particular Batman narration starts on an October 31st, an eerie Halloween, and ends 6 days later. But the shock and awe that you see in this particular week is so intense. There are just so many cool sequences, action sequences. But one of my favorites is at the culmination of the chase of that villain, the Penguin. Yeah, the screen goes inverted and then all of a sudden, it's just so cool. You gotta see it. It is a real good sequence, chase sequence. Then there's that scene where our Cape Crusader becomes airborne. Woohoo! Airborne, so intense. And just one of those cool action sequences that leaves you wanting more. But most of all was the gadgetry. Yeah, the use of new gadgets, digital devices that allow our new favorite Batman and the Catwoman to record information with just the stare of the eye. Pretty darn nice. Oh yeah, Catwoman. The star from a couple of reviews ago from my film that I reviewed that's on HBO Max, Kimmy, is now this pretty tough, cycle-riding, badass, righteous, high-kicking crusader herself. Little did you know about Zoe. Anyways, the Texicano is also intrigued by the rhyme scheme of the main villain in disguise. His riddles were pretty well set up. Makes the viewer actually do a little head scratching. They have to think about it. Think about the possible answers. What can they be? Well played out for the Riddler. Kudos. Overall, this retelling of the Batman story has our vigilante hero already in cahoots with Commissioner Gordon, and always willing and able to respond to the bad signal. But he can't be in all places at once. He's feeling tortured about his role in curbing violence and crime. No matter what this mortal hero does, crime and the lack of law enforcement is rampant. There are just so many amazing fight sequences where the audience is left on pins and needles because the viewers are feeling, they're just left wondering, how is he going to get out of this one? Real good sequencing, well directed, great camera placement. The accompanying soundtrack is very relevant to all the sequences in which you hear some pretty intense melodramatic tunes. It is a good film with some good music and some good action and some good acting. The Batman piano concerto music throughout the credits leaves you in awe. Great composition. Be ready for a cool little message at the end of the credits. You know, a friend of mine a while back asked me if I wanted to take in a 3-hour detective movie. This invite left me thinking, what 3-hour detective movie is out there? Which one's playing? You know, I didn't know he was referring to the Batman. The Batman storyline is well written, and it actually helps move the story along. Plus the camera placement, along with showing some of the Batman's frailties, makes you really like this guy. You like him even more. But don't forget, like I said before, he is a mortal hero, not a superhero. Until the next time, you're watching the Texas Texicano channel. I'm your host, Tex. Allá con Dios. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. And remember, there's another bad movie coming up in April. Yeah, that one's put out by the other group. This was DC, the next one's Marvel. Yeah, Morbius. We'll see you then. Or maybe in between with an update of some pretty cool stuff that I've seen on Netflix. Hasta luego, amigos.